Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be reacting to a TLC video about a furry.
My name is Lauren, I'm 19 years old. I'm a college student. And I love to wear fursuits.
Okay, so I feel like in the past I've said really bad things about furries. I've said how I basically want to murder them, and I just want to clarify I don't. I'm fine with it. I feel like people seem to think that I really hate them, but I really don't. All the things I said was meant as a joke. I just want to know why she dresses up as one, how she got into it.
My persona does play a part in my daily life.
Oh wait, so she actually goes out into public wearing that fursuit. I'm not gonna lie, I've got respect for her. I've worn a mask for an hour and that's tough enough. Imagine wearing a full-on suit. She literally looks like an astronaut. Like, that's literally what an astronaut would wear in space. Imagine the temperature on the inside. I could never.
Going out and just having a good time. When I wear gear in public, I definitely get a lot of weird looks.
I mean, of course, you're literally dressed up as a furry animal. You can't really expect people not to stare. I mean, if I seen a furry, I'd probably stare at them. I don't think I've ever seen one in real life. Maybe I'll see one tomorrow. Lauren is obsessed with wearing fake animal ears, masks, paws, and tails. She admits to dressing as a furry every day. So she basically is a furry 24/7, except for when she's asleep. Maybe she wears a furry suit whenever she's asleep. I mean, she might.
Lauren's always been a real creative person. All of a sudden one day she came and said, "Mom, you want to give me some money so I can start buying some fur and making these suits?" And that's how it came to be.
Wait, so she makes her own suits? She doesn't buy them? I thought she just would have bought them online, and trust me, furry suits are expensive. A while ago I was looking at them online and I think they're a couple of £100. I mean, that's dedication.
This is my persona Kira. She is my first persona I've made. She is a fox. Normally, I'm kind of shy, but Kira lets me bring out my more outgoing and talkative side.
Imagine you're sat in a swing or playing football in the field and a furry walks over to you. What would you do? I feel like I go really quiet because I wouldn't know what to say. It's kind of one of them situations where you know what you want to say but you can't actually say it. The words don't come out.
If I'm ever having a bad day, putting on the suit and just going out will definitely end the day in a good note.
So basically it's like a comfort blanket for her. I just want to know, is it to do with anime? Is it a fetish? A kink? Like, what actually is it? Lauren was 13 when her father passed away. Oh, is this gonna be like a comfort thing, or like, how do you say it? Basically a thing that people do because they miss somebody. Was her dad a furry?
Lauren as a kid was really outgoing, totally not shy. When her dad died, that's when things started to go downhill for Lauren. After that, she became introverted. She barely squeaked by in high school.
Oh no, I kind of feel bad for her. Like, she literally lost her father and like her whole life fell apart. I'm lucky that I've got both my parents in their life. Like, sometimes they really irritate me, but I'm thankful they're still here. I couldn't imagine losing a parent at that age. Like, that must be so tough.
I became antisocial and shy and just really stayed in my shell. I just felt kind of lost after that.
I've noticed that the majority of these videos always have a really sad part in them, and I feel like that's a really sad part. Like, I feel bad that she doesn't have a dad.
Basically, a persona starts off with a basic concept of a real life animal. I do everything completely from scratch.
So she does make her outfits. I'm not gonna lie, that's impressive. Like, I could never do that. I literally can't put two pieces of Lego together, and she's making her own furry suits. You can think whatever you want about furries, but you gotta admit that is impressive.
This was my first version of Kira. This is the very first thing I ever made. She's kind of outdated. You can see it's kind of run down. The ears are flopping.
I mean, it's impressive. You still made that from scratch. I'm telling you right now, if I attempted that, it would literally look like a cat that got ran over.
It's not really holding up well. And this is what I'm working on now. This is my new updated version of Kira. It has the same things, big ears, moving jaw.
Oh my god, so it's like an actual thing that you would wear. I'm not gonna lie, that looks expensive. It's also got teeth as well. So she's basically able to speak through it. That's kind of cool, isn't it? Like, I want to become a furry.
I have a moving jaw mechanism inside all of my fursuits. It creates a more realistic look. I add tongues and teeth, as you can see, and it is attached through a hinge mechanism.
I couldn't imagine wearing that. Like, that must be so hard to wear. You're literally covered in a load of fur and material. Like, you're gonna be roasting. I don't know how she can go outside in the blistering heat in that outfit.
In here, I use long fur, and around the muzzle and around the front of the face, I shave it down. I think that gives her a lot of personality, and I like her colors.
I mean, it does give her a lot of personality. You'd see that from a mile away. Like, it literally looks like a massive doggy chew toy. Imagine if a dog seen her. Do you reckon a dog would try to rip her to shreds?
Lauren is very good at making the fursuits. She really does have a talent for this. What concerns me about the fursuits is Lauren is constantly working on them.
Oh yeah, you have to be careful. You don't want to tire yourself out, do you? I mean, she could turn that into a business. She literally makes furry suits for a living. She could get like a measurement of the person, what exactly they want, and then make it for them and sell it to them. Imagine the amount of money she could make. She could be making thousands.
I'll get up in the middle of the night and I'll see her working on her fursuits. She'll half-heartedly look for a job and then it's back to the fursuits again.
She should turn that into her job. She doesn't need to look for a job. She's got a talent. Make it into a business. I'm not joking. This girl literally needs to make her own business making fursuits. She could literally make so much and she's doing something that she loves.
Going to school just to pacify me. She tends to only have time for fur.
So it really is something that she's like obsessed with. I feel like I was like that with loom bands. Like 10 years ago, I was obsessed with loom bands. I'm not joking. I would spend all my money on them and literally spend hours a day making the little bands. Do you guys remember when loom bands were a thing? They should definitely make a comeback.
It's not uncommon that people who will wear these furry animal costumes are really avoiding some major issues about their own self-esteem, their own perceived inadequacy, and so they may be wanting to hide.
Is that man basically trying to say that she's got mental health problems? Maybe she does. Maybe she's got anxiety or depression and that helps her. I mean, anything to help her, I guess.
I started getting into the furry fandom about 2 years ago, and now it's definitely like on my mind pretty much.
When she wears the suits, does she get a tingle? Does it make her feel comfortable? Because I feel like everyone's got their own comfort things. Me personally, if I feel a label, I'm automatically comforted. Maybe if she's wearing a suit, she feels protected and shielded.
Furry fandom is a very large community. It's full of people who wear fursuits and who just love either creating them, wearing them, drawing them, or just looking at them.
From an outsider's perspective, it looks like a nightmare. But to them, it seems so normal, and I think that's so interesting. Isn't a furry some type of cosplay? Because technically they're dressing up as characters and trying to act like them. Oh. Okay, that's good that she doesn't do that. I said at the start of the video it seemed like a fetish and kink thing, and they've basically just confirmed that.
There is a darker side to the fandom where it does involve fetishes.
A person can get engrossed in this, and sometimes you don't really realize that you're on that road.
That's literally like anything. If you watch one weird video online, you literally go down a path or like a road or like a motorway of even more, and every single time it gets worse. I just hope that she's safe.
And sometimes you don't really realize that you're on that road. And as a mom, that's what I think I'm here to stop.
Alicia's got a protective mum who'll keep her in the right road. I mean, as long as she's an adult, I guess she can do what she wants to and it's fine. But do we actually know her age? I can't remember if they told us or not.
We're here at the bowling alley with some family and friends, and Chris is here. He's the one who most disapproves of my fursuits, so we'll see what happens.
Okay, so we got a family member who doesn't support it. I wonder what Chris has to say. I feel like he's gonna say the stereotypical view, like, ew, it's so weird, get it off, you freak. That was literally me a year ago.
Hey, Kara, lay the ball on the ground and hit it with your tail.
Oh, he's cracking wee jokes to get everyone to laugh at her. I'm not gonna lie, I don't appreciate that. If I were her, I'd get the tail and smack it in his face.
Chris is my cousin. When my father passed away, he definitely became sort of a father figure to me. He thinks that the furry fandom is really weird.
We're in public. Keep that in the house.
I mean, I understand what he's saying, keep it in the house, because it does seem like something you get up to in your own time. But I mean, as long as she's happy and she's enjoying herself, there's nothing wrong with it. Yes, it might be a bit weird and sketchy to look at, but whenever you get used to it, I'm sure you'll be fine.
Andrew's my little cousin, and he's 8 years old, and every time he sees me or sees one of my fursuits, he always begs me to make him one.
Wait, so he wants to become a furry as well? I feel like little kids like that will literally look at the suit and be like, oh my god, I'm obsessed, it looks like a big teddy. I mean, to be honest, whenever I was younger, I used to dress myself up in really weird clothes.
But his dad really doesn't want him getting into something like this.
He thinks that they're the coolest things and he wants one. And there is no way in hell Chris is gonna let his son Andrew walk around with any fur, anything.
I kinda understand why the dad's saying that, but then I also don't. He probably just wants his son to be safe and he thinks that the furry thing is like a weird thing. There's like a normal side to it, but then there's also a weirder side to it. I mean, they might as well keep the furry head at their house, so if the cousin comes over, he can dress up there.
I think it's a little ridiculous, especially in a public place. I think it's pretty out there. It's weird walking around with these things on.
Whenever I look at people like him, I always think in my head, is he like a Republican where he's like anti-LGBT, anti-furry, anti-everything? It's so weird because you can look at somebody and automatically tell which side they're on. And I've got a feeling he might be in that side.
I'm pretty interested to see what a therapist has to say about this.
That's literally every girl whenever they're going to a therapist. Well, at least she's actually going to therapy to see if she does have any problems. Maybe this will cure her, or maybe it'll make her even worse.
For Lauren, the suit is definitely a way of coping. It's a layer of protection. It's a barrier between herself and the world.
Exactly, I literally said that's like a comfort blanket. Like, she knows that if she's got her suit on, she can't be touched. She feels unstoppable.
Could you imagine going to a party or another social event without the suit?
It'd take a lot of guts, so no.
The bad thing about it is that she's probably so used and comforted wearing it that whenever she doesn't have it, she feels completely different. Like, she is gonna have to go out as herself. That's why you can't really rely on things too much, because if you rely on it too much, you're not gonna be able to live without it.
Who she is in that costume is who she wishes she could be, at least some of the time. It's a part of who she is. But she's not able to feel comfortable doing that without the costume.
So does she actually want to be a furry? Does she want to be like a fluffy animal? I was thinking in my head, is there possibly a surgery for that? But there literally isn't. A surgeon isn't gonna put fluff in your face.
Lauren does seem to be someone who wants to be optimistic, someone who wants to have fun. If I had a wish for her, it would be that she could feel that playfulness without the suit.
I wonder if she got any friends. I feel like that's a really rude question to ask, but does she? Maybe she just needs to find some friends and get into a friendship group. There's a possibility that they'll make her feel comfortable with herself.
I just do wonder about that whole idea of part of you that you're able to express more fully in costume, and whether it's possible to get to that point without the costume, or even if that's something you're interested in.
This video was posted in 2019, but I've got a feeling it was filmed and edited earlier. I wonder if she's still a furry. I mean, I hope she's still making them suits because she can make so much money.
It could be. It'd be nice to just kind of come out of my shell a little bit more. I mean, of course, even if I did fully just kind of exert myself like that, I still would wear the suits and I'd still be
Okay.
kind of crazy,
Okay.
but it would be nice.
So basically she's saying she's never gonna really get rid of the comfort blanket. I guess that's fine, like she can be a furry some days and herself others. Would she wear that suit in the plane? Like, imagine if she was going outside and it was raining, would she wear it? I mean, it costs a lot of money and I just could not see a furry in a plane.
I noticed if I ever fail, I immediately like beat myself down and I just quit whatever I'm doing.
Don't beat yourself down, sweetheart. Life is filled with obstacles. It takes a lot of tries, but someday you will overcome them. Look at me being a therapist. You wanna know, guys, I need to quit YouTube and become a therapist.
Would you say that designing these costumes helps with that? Would you say that you feel a sense of, wow, look what I've created, this is awesome?
It does. My mom always puts it like, I'm good at what I want to do.
Exactly, and you need to turn that into a business. You're literally gonna make so much money. I could literally see her running a massive business. She could get employees, pay them, and then make money.
She is working on these suits in a way that I'm not sure many people could say they're dedicated to anything to the extent she is.
Exactly, she's obsessed with it and she's also good at it. That's a talent a lot of people don't have.
I don't see myself stopping being in the furry fandom or wearing my fursuits. It's definitely a very rewarding experience for me and I just love doing it, so I will definitely be continuing this.
Okay, so basically she's telling us she's never not going to be a furry. I mean, that's fine. I just hope that she's doing well. Anyways, guys, that was a woman who literally lives as a furry 24/7. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, press that big red subscribe button. If you enjoyed this video, definitely go for and check all my other videos. I post a new video every single day on this channel, and I'm going to start to post twice in a weekend. So you're going to get loads of videos from me.